Right, hello everybody. We're live once again for another alien. Oh damn it! Already said it there. Another extraterrestrial radio signal hunt tonight. So we are searching the stars once again, hoping to hear a message from ET. This is the channel on the radio dial where scientists think that if ET is out there, this is where we would hear that message. I'm just going to check something. There we go. That's working there. Back to the main. Oh, that one isn't working now. Okay, there we go. Buttons everywhere. Yeah, how are we doing tonight, guys? So yeah, we are searching for potential messages from an extraterrestrial civilization there. As the Earth rotates, our dish is going to sweep across the night sky. Why is my voice coming through there? Our dish is going to sweep across the night sky there, hopefully passing over a star that is inhabited with a civilization sending us a signal. Carl's in. How are you doing there? Xena too. Steak pie, how affectionate there. How is everyone tonight? It's Monday. Only the start of the week there. Lee Scott's in there. Tonight's the night. That's the attitude, Lee. Tonight's the night. You never know. It's the right place, right time. We've searched these stars before, but as we said, it's probably unlikely they're going to be sending the signals all of the time. And we're listening out for those high-powered transmissions there that are going to be done quite infrequently. So tonight could be the night that we do get a message from Sirius there. It's 8.6 light years away there, Rio. We are good. How are you doing? So yeah, hopefully we're going to get that message tonight or at some point soon. It could happen at any point. So it'll only be on screen for between 30 and 90 seconds. That is with the Earth's rotation there, as you can imagine, Earth moving. The dish will sweep across the night sky, passing on over and off many stars there. And just one has to have a planet in orbit there that's inhabited and sending us a signal. We've got close by, said Sirius, 8.6 light years there, Adara at 430. Yep, Mirzam at 500 light years and Weezon at about 1800 light years, all in range of the dish there. So statistically, odds are reasonable there of all of those closer by stars in range, and the closer they are, the less power those radio signals are going to need to reach us here. So we have a higher chance of catching fainter signals and more in general. But yeah, that is what we're doing. So if you've seen the film Contact, it's kind of like that. We're just listening out there, or the recent Apple TV series Pluribus. Similar sort of thing, listening out from a message from across the stars there as well. See the likes popping up. Thank you, Rio, for those. All those likes and shares, they do help us reach more and more like-minded people there like yourselves, and getting more eyes and minds on the phenomena, so the more we can all piece this puzzle together. So we've got a bit of activity tonight. We're getting our friend, this one here, where is it there? We call it an interference signal because it is acting like electronic interference. But it is also starting to act a little bit weird, so maybe it is some sort of signal in the end there. Not quite confident on that one, but probably not alien in nature, just because the amount of time that it is on our screens and how regular it is. There, Angela's in. How are you doing there? Blue Nose as well. How is your week going? Good to see you all in. So let's see what happens tonight there. There's lots going on in the space world at the minute, isn't there? And I think as our technology develops and advances as humans, we are going to be getting more and more anomalies that we are going to need to start to try and understand a little bit more. There are plenty of these radio signals there that we cannot explain. And science is very quick to put them as probably electronic interference. They're probably man-made, but with no direct evidence for that. Now, sure, we can't push it over the line and say definitely alien. That does have to be quite a high bar. But personally, I think we're doing a disservice of going, oh, it's probably interference, and we'll just put it aside. I think there needs to be a much more investigation done on a lot of these signals. But not just radio, laser light is coming into play. That is a big potential one that's going to be coming up. I think we're going to hear a lot more of these potential laser signals being sent to us in the future there, but also other techno signatures like potential Dyson spheres and things like that. We were talking about this yesterday, but it blows my mind that there is a cluster of nearish by stars at about 1,000 light years, so the other side of town in space terms. Cluster of stars, all sun-like stars like our sun. They're all very similar to that which we know can host life because we're here. This whole cluster is all displaying anomalous dimming there. So why would a star dim? Well, if something massive is in orbit in front of that star, passed in front of it, it's going to block that light out. It's how we detect, one of the ways in which we detect exoplanets in orbits of those stars. But this is far larger than any planet should be, blocking out so much light there. So we think maybe it is some sort of alien megastructure, and the fact that all of these stars in a cluster, I mean, it does kind of fit, doesn't it, the model there, that it could be an advanced civilization spreading out from its host star system to the nearby suitable candidate stars. There's Ina there. Oh no! Who's in there? Tets, how are you doing there? From Ireland. How you doing? My daughter got a star named after her for my birthday. It's called Tets. I love that. I love that. Whereabouts in the sky is that one? Because we do skywatches when the sky is clear, that is, which is quite rare at this time of year for us here in the UK. But when it is clear, we do get that camera out. We look up to the night sky and see all the weird, wonderful things happening up there. So it'd be cool to point it at some of these target stars there. And welcome aboard there. And it could be worse. We could just be brains in jars dreaming this. Well, we could, Zena. This is the thing. There's another theory, isn't there, called, I'm going to get this very, very wrong there, but Boltzmann brains. So it's a theorized thing that if the universe is infinite, therefore every version of plausible, everything that could exist will exist there, as long as it doesn't break physics. The idea that there will be just independently sentient brains will form there just from natural processes, no need for a body or evolution. They will form, and they will not be aware that they are just a brain, just existing in their own fictitious world there. Get your head around that one. I barely can there. And Melody, thank you for the likes. How you doing there? Carl coming in with the likes. And V is in the house. How are we doing, V? You're on your 5th rewatch there of The Vast of Night. Just can't get enough of a good film like that. If you're joining us tonight, we're doing a live extraterrestrial radio signal hunt. We are listening out for anomalous signals coming in from the depths of space there, those distant stars, hopefully from a potential extraterrestrial species there. We're definitely not interested in the human ones there. They happen, but they are quite rare. So we have to spend a little bit of time. We have to wait and search the same patches of sky, hoping to detect those signals. Currently, in the range of our dish, the closest by stars that we have is Sirius there, 8.6 light years, not far at all. It's our neighbour, but 1 or 2, not far at all there. Then, was it Adara at 430 light years? That's kind of on the other side of town. And Mirzam is 500 light years there. And we've got Wiesen at is it 1800 there. So we've got a nice, good selection of nearby-ish arranged stars to be potentially getting those signals from, if they are sending them. Carl and Rio, thank you for the gifts. Appreciate those. All goes back into the stream. And I've not got my glasses on, so let's see if I can do this. Wayfind, how you doing there? Strange how a lot of spiritual teachings state a life is a dream there. This summit, isn't there? I was very, very cynical of a lot of the spiritual, the religious, all of that sort of stuff. Now, if you don't necessarily take it all too literally, but you kind of go, what is the, can we account for the discrepancies in human experience, human bias there, how we're trying to understand things through the tools and, the culture at the time. If you whittle these things down, distill them down to those core events, things they may be describing, there is a high match correlation with not just the UFO, UAP phenomena, but things you say like the simulation theory and stuff like that. And a lot of the things that we take for granted, or things that we base our science on and our understandings of the world, is not actually locked in concrete. So things like consciousness, sentience, we use these words and we say we're sentient and animals are sentient, they're conscious beings. But that's about as much as we can say. There's not a good definition. We do not know how it arises. It is much, much up for debate there. So it strikes me that those shaky foundations are not great ones to be basing a lot of our science on. And V coming in with the gifts there, thank you for that. But I think, yeah, there's a strong match there, a Wayfind there. This is going to be a running joke, like you're the plastic vat. V, it is. It is. I'm never going to let that go. I love it too much. It's like my new toy. Fraser's in. How are you doing there? Thank you for the likes. So yeah, I mean, honestly, some of these things that are, I think, foundational to our understanding of our existence, how we're operating, we haven't defined well. And if we can't define something, you can't measure it, you can't test it. So everything else beyond that is just speculation. And quite a lot of science is actually based on these things here. What is sentience? What is life? We hypothesize, how life could form, but it's very, very low confidence there. We haven't seen the evidence there. We've seen a lot of the pre-stuff we're determined to be, pre-life, and we're seeing things further down the chain, but kind of like the missing link with human evolution. We've not seen life starting out, but what we have seen there is V coming in with the shares. Thank you for that one, and Fraser as well with the hearts. Appreciate that, guys. All goes back into the stream. What we have seen recently, actually, is it looks like life, or complex life, we should say. It's not like the single cell stuff. The more complicated life appears to have started independently twice on Earth. Which is very interesting there. There was a pre-form of complex life before us, before our train of evolution there, which was doing all right, then suddenly it died off, wasn't successful, and then we kind of took over. And we see this through those big catastrophic events throughout Earth's history, don't we? See it in the fossil record there. That is often the case that there is a dominant species that then is wiped out, and then a lesser species becomes the next big player there. And I think civilizations are the same. They get so big that they require such a perfect environment to sustain, and therefore when that's wiped out, the more dynamic and the smaller ones have the chance to grow up from that point. Another one of those correlations there between, you know, sort of societies and also a species. A link there, V, coming in with the hashtags. And I personally identify as a left-handed Tika roll. What's that? I'm licensed and no MOT. They'll have you for that in these day and age there, Zena. But apparently you smell nice. We've all got to have something going for us at the minute. So yeah, honestly, some of the stuff that's, you know, the science that we take to be solid foundations is new and is highly in contest there. So I mean, even things like the Big Bang, we all know of the Big Bang, we've heard about it a million times there. That is still very much up for debate, and there's a semi-recent theory, you know, does the universe just bang into existence there from nothing, or is it cyclical? Does it expand and contract, or does it expand and then within it there's another expansion within it, like a Russian doll nesting of universes there? We just don't know. And when I do readings, I view the cards as a JavaScript to backdoors in the simulation there. And that connection there, Wayfind, the actual coding analogy to these things is very good. Like computers, you know, hardware, software definitions are there, how coding works, how information is stored and processed and distributed in you know, digital systems there, does actually seem to map quite a lot on how the brain works. The more we're looking, the more it does look like that. Even the way that we have certain areas in the brain focusing and specializing in certain types of tasks, it's like having your graphics processor rather than your main CPU and things like this. It does look. Now, have we built computers based on our experience of the world unconsciously, or is all of this really computational there? But it is interesting. There are certain codes, definitely psychologically speaking there. The subconscious works on code. So if you've ever had an experience, you know, a bit of HTML there, a bit of code or whatever it is there, you know you've got to get the statement right. You've got to type it in exactly. And if you get a letter wrong, you get the file type wrong, it does not compute, does not work. The subconscious is kind of like that as well. And our conscious seems to be more like that top level, the graphic user interface there, where you can make a few mistakes. You can click slightly to the left, you can get a word wrong, you can still get a suggestion there. So there is these good comparisons, I think, between sort of the analog and the digital world there. Now, are we in a simulation? I don't know. Or does just the world look like that? Phrase coming in with the gift, and Carl.
Nom nom nom.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
guys.
feeding Alan. So yeah, I find it endlessly fascinating there, and you know, which came first, the chicken or the egg there? And honestly, I think we're going to look out to the universe, the wider universe there. Life is going to be absolutely abundant. I think we're all going to be from a single point, and we've spread out and we've varied amongst it all. But I think case of abiogenesis is most likely, or at least the majority, going to be from a single case that has been spread out and about around there. And I think this is right. Ascension. Oh yes, fifth. We've got the. I'll see if I can look that up when we're doing a next skywatch. See if we can actually point it at your star there. Depends how bright it is in the night sky. But wouldn't that be cool to see? I think one of our other tubers, Penelope, has also got a star that we keep meaning to have a look at as well. There. Now up's in. Even though, sorry, a little later. We started tonight. Oh, what's that? Oh, Silent Witness started out. Fair enough. You gotta make time for this stuff. There as well, Zena. I can't handle the concept of nothing before the Big Bang. The idea of nothing, that hurts my head, and nothing is still something. Can't be named. Zena, that's where my brain stops working. And I did hear a scientist once basically say that to ask what was before the Big Bang is the kind of the wrong way to ask the question. And I'm like I get the words that you're saying, but something. It's like when people say, well, the universe, that's the top level, you know, there's nothing else, you know, the universe is the overall. Well, what's that in? And then what's that in? And then what's that in? I am very much the same there. My brain just cannot compute it there. And Mayer's in, how are you doing? Oh, I'll have to check that out. Again, I am so far behind. I've got a couple of work projects on at the minute. It's taking up all of my time, sadly. We will get there. Oh, thank you, Fraser, as well, for the gifts there. All the gift subs, patrons do go back into the stream. Speaking of which, Patreon this Friday night, we're going to be doing our part 2. We're going to be looking at the case studies used for the Condon report. They are the really, really early independent studies into the UFO, UAP phenomena for the US Air Force by an American university. We think it's heavily biased, but it'd be interesting to read through the case studies. So do join us through for that one on Friday at 11 PM over on the Patreon. 11 PM UK time, and use the link for a free month. So you'll be able to catch 2 deep dives and watch the past ones back. You also better join the Starship Alan, which isn't working tonight, sadly, there. And out there, 2 decent spikes. Oh, I think the second spike, the one on the hydrogen line, the subtle one here, I don't think that was there earlier. At least I didn't notice it. Very interesting. It is changing its dynamic there. And everybody thank A up when you claim the coins there for the treasure box there. In your post deep dive, you have written, oh my god, Tuesday. TikTok doesn't know you changed it to edit it, does it? Oh well, I have to remember that one. Nobody looks at it anyway. Thank you, though, B. Raph is in the house. And always, Raph, always. The prophylactic report, as somebody said the other day. So, yeah, it's not Tuesday, guys. It's going to be Friday at 11 PM. Ignore my mistyping in the posts there. What have we got? We've still got all 5 stars in range right now. So let's keep an eye out as we start to lose those rains. Rio, thank you for the roses. As we start to lose those stars as the night goes on there, I think Mirzam is going to be the first to leave our catchment range. We've still got about 20 minutes, I think, of that. But as that leaves, let's see if that background noise, although we're not getting a clear signal, let's see if the background noise changes. The overall signal strength go, does some of those peaks dip down? Because even if we are not necessarily seeing a clear spike of a signal, there may be, just something coming in that's low, going into the background noise, but still raising that background noise up there. Like having multiple people in a room. You might not be able to distinguish the individual conversations, but it's all contributing to the overall noise level there. It's a sponsored deal, that's what it is. They're trying to tell us something, yeah. It's all good for the probing, that's what it is. Be good when we can change the subject matter on the deep dives. I need to figure out what the one after that is going to be. Oh, I can't get to my button. I'm running out of desk space here. Look, I told you I was printing a Starship model. It was a bit bigger than I anticipated there, and I've now got nowhere to put said Starship model. So it's blocking the button. So if I put it there, I know I'm going to knock it off my desk. Alan, don't knock it. And Blue Nose coming in with a heart. So thank you. So yeah, guys, joining us, we are doing a live extraterrestrial radio signal hunt. I am going to put this somewhere else. An extraterrestrial radio signal hunt there, so we are searching the skies, hoping to hear a message from ET, should they be out there sending the signal. The hydrogen line, that yellow line top of the screen, is the channel on the radio dial, the frequency that scientists theorise that if they're out there, this is where they'll be sending that message, and it's where we've heard a lot of anomalous candidate signals in the past. So yeah, that is what we're doing. How long does it take to print? It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. It took me it's about 7 plates is how they divide it up, so it took me about just over a day of printing, but I didn't actually use that much material, so it's massive. I don't know where I'm going to put it now. I have to go on the back shelf somewhere. Just see Alan launching it across the room like he did the UFO I printed, and it snapped the antenna off the top. Can't have nice things and Alan. Sponsored by, yeah, in case the probing goes too far. Exactly, Raf, that's it. We've got a deal there. An affiliate code. Use the code Alan. I have two night vision recordable binoculars and recorded ETs, but haven't been doing so for over a year now. Got an unknown tumour removed from my neck. Oh, sorry to hear about that. I'm glad it's removed though. Actually, but that sounds fantastic. The night vision there. So when we do our skywatches, where is it? That one. There we go. So we use a camera, but it isn't in the infrared there, and that is something that's been bugging us for a bit because we see lots of cool things flying around in the night sky. Because we're based in Wiltshire, which is right in the heart of crop circle country. There, so we see a lot of stuff. But yeah, the night vision, the infrared, is something that we've been wanting to do for a very long time. We've just got ourselves a cheap set of those, so hopefully we're going to be able to start doing those. Have you caught anything awesome when you've been doing that? I know there was a channel sponsor. He didn't want to tell me. Yeah. Get it on a t-shirt. So, use code Alan. We're having a laugh there. Blue Nose as well, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. So yeah, let's see what we get tonight. Now, again, it's a question of a right place, a right time. So not only are we needing to be over, having our dish pointing over the correct star that has a planet with a civilization on it, but we also need to be there when they are sending those signals, because a lot of signals are going to be directional, so it needs to be pointing this sort of way ideally. They're not necessarily, not all of them are going to be directional, but it makes more sense, it's more efficient for power usage there, so we've got to have the position right as well, but also right time. I said very, very energy intensive are these potential radio signals, so we need to know when they're sending them. Is it going to be once a year for them? Is it going to be once a month? Is it going to be once every 100 years, a millennia? What is the frequency in which that they do send these signals? For us, we as a species have only sent them once there, and that was in the early 1970s. Funnily enough, just before, only a few years before, we got the WOW signal, so some people theorise that maybe it was a reply there. But yes, so it's a right place, a right time sort of thing. And there was something else I needed to mention on that one, and I can't remember. It's totally gone from my brain there. And major discounts for Alan, of course. Once I recorded a blue UFO, and Nick Pope found it fascinating, and he's made Nick Pope is cool. That blue UFO, that is cool. Was it like an anomalous light there, or was there like a shape to the craft or something? Because the one thing I haven't seen yet is like a shaped craft. Some people see the triangles. We did see a triangular light formation once, but I haven't actually seen the outline of the craft there. And that's the one. And, oh, Pumpkin Sue, how are you doing? Good to see you in. I hope you are well. And thank you for the heart up there. We are doing our alien... Oh, I keep saying the word. We're doing the extraterrestrial radio signal hunt tonight there. Searching, hoping to hear a message from amongst the stars. We've had such a run of goddamn awful weather. We have done so few sky watches over the last, I don't know, month or two, actually. I was looking back through our streams, and oh my god, solid green practically January there, which means we're doing this, which is good. I mean, the more hours that we do put into it, and those statistical chances of us detecting a signal do increase. Good, I'm glad to hear it there, Pumpkin. So happy New Year, if I haven't seen you since then. Rachel's in as well. How are you doing today? How are you feeling any better? Mayor's off to sick bay there. I'm sure you're going to have a queue out the door there. It's a blue plasma ball. So this I find absolutely fascinating there. The idea that a lot of what we're seeing in the UFO world there is a sentient form of plasma. There are some scientists that are coming around now saying, actually, we're starting to monitor the effects of these plasma type UFOs there, and they actually look like they could be sentient, intelligent life forms. Maybe they've been with us here on Earth the whole time, but because we don't interact with them, we don't compete for resources, we've just put them down as a sort of a strange weather phenomena. But yeah, there's an argument, and I think that's going to be accounting for a lot of the phenomena. Definitely not all, but a lot of it there. Pluto, thank you for the heart. How are ya? Hope you're feeling a bit better at the minute. And Pumpkin Zoo coming in with the shares. Thank you for that, guys. It is those likes and those shares that help us reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves, getting more eyes and minds on the old phenomena, so we can all piece this puzzle together. Oh, still sniffling away there. Are you able to eat though, Rachel? Because you've had such a rough road with it lately, haven't you? We saw a couple of green balls flying across the sky once, and they weren't Allens before you'd go there. That was cool. That was a cool one. We saw the triangular formation, didn't we? And it just kind of floated, this perfect, the 3 dots like that. And I don't know if it was a solid object, but we've seen, since then, non-solid triangular formations as well, which might be a certain type of satellite, which is interesting. But this one didn't seem quite like that. And yeah, we've seen some big, bright lights shooting across the sky, acting in ways that satellites just don't. So we've got a few of those up on our TikTok page. Those clips are there. And Raf, when we don't do the signal hunts, we do the skywatches for little green buggers. And we do the moon watches. Well, we do the moon watches. Thank you there, Raf, for the reminder. So yeah, if it's a cloudy sky, we're doing this, the extraterrestrial radio signal hunt there. If it's a clear sky, we're doing the UFO, UAP skywatch. So being based in Wiltshire, right in the heart of Crop Circle country, and just down the road from Stonehenge. It's a very ancient and mysterious landscape here, with a long history of the phenomena. So we seem to see a lot of interesting things in these skies. And if the moon is up for, then we do a moon watch, because the moon is weird. Has a lot of sightings in of itself there, so yeah, do give us a follow if you're not already, and then that way hopefully you'll get a notification when we go live. It's Alan Walkie's time, and it's nothing big. A blue manta ray revealed itself to me once. Now that would be epic. You mean? Would you mean as in UFO style, or like an actual sea creature manta ray there? I was once told I have the face for a spaghetti bolognese there, but see there. Oh my god, I need to put my glasses in there. Only a few there, mate. Only a few. Let me go. I'm giving him, guys. I'm putting my glasses on. You have to forgive me. Oh, I need to be able to see. There we go. Oh, awesome. I'd love to see that one. There, Tets. If you want, we've got a really cool little community over there, and we've got a really good personal experiences section on that app, where a lot of you guys are putting your first-hand accounts with the phenomena, images and videos too, so I know our community would love to see them. And Pumpkin Suit as well, coming in with the gifts are there as well, thank you. Let me have a look. And I say, team, appreciate long way. It is, but get there, and it will. There's never anything good to say, is there? But it's always worked out better in the end. It never feels like it at the beginning of the road. But life has always surprises, and I can stomach mac and cheese and Heinz noodle soup. That's basically a full diet there, Rachel. And Pumpkins Wildcat, thank you for the shares there. Do appreciate that. How is the spaceship, Carl? The spaceship is playing up at the minute. So, it's not on at the second. I might bring it up manually in a minute, but it's taking it there. Exactly, put it in story so we can see it there. Appreciate that, guys. I said it is how we reach more and more like-minded people there, like yourselves, regular Tom Cruise. If he was a... No, I know. I'm not going to say it. But thank you, V. But you and me both, Rachel, there. Just have to get back on the horse, my friend. Oh, you never know. You never know. You might get a Grand National winner. That's the thing there, Pluto. Maverick. Are impressive there. I feel like I got them from you know what, I can't. I keep wanting to go making certain types of jokes, which I'm not going to do. I'm not going to do. There are certain type of 70s glasses, I feel like. Where are we? Let me go over to the tubes there. Oh, yeah, the manta ray was flying awesome. Now that would be incredible to witness there. He's definitely sensible, you paid. And do you think when fish get caught and put back in a different place, they say that the fellow fish there, they were abducted? Well, I mean, this is probably what it's going to be like, you know, for them. I mean, if they have the same, which I don't think they do have the same sort of cognitive capacity of understanding their environment, then what would they think? It would be very, very similar. You know, are we catch and release? Do they come to the old, the extraterrestrials? Do they come down here for like a fishing holiday? Grab a few of us, go, oh look, and do they do the pose, holding up the human like that? And oh, I caught a 300-pound one. Oh, that's a big one. Pluto coming in with the likes, thank you there. Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Thank you, Pluto. So, yeah. I refuse to buy new glasses, though. These ones are slightly duff. And I wonder if I'll see a lot of activity this year in June. It's my Tic Tac anniversary. Maybe there is some sort of connection there. Maybe there is something seasonal. You gotta let us know if you do notice any of those correlations. Where are we? Extremely normal. Oh, going on the big screen there. Oh, we'll see you there. And no, I'm up to date. I've got to get used to that, guys. I am up to date. So yeah. Oh, the exact same day, on Monday, the 19th of June, 2023. So did you notice in 24 and 25 was there like getting another like uptick there? So it could be an annual sort of thing. Maybe they're passing by that way, our way every time that year. My God, I'm tired tonight, guys, but the words are not my friend. I wonder, can nobody analyse all videos to see if there's any sound? I also recorded an orange orb flying around me in the garden, and it has a face in it. Oh, I'd love to see that one. Orbs are absolutely fascinating with it, and I do think there is an extra layer of analysis that can be done. We mentioned this the other day, that we can now detect atmospheres and analyse what gases are in the atmospheres around these distant planets, around distant stars there. And what happens is, as that the planet passes in front of its star, the light from the star passes obviously around through the atmosphere of that planet. So it's a tiny little bit around that tiny planet, all that distance away, and then that light that comes through the atmosphere, we can analyse that, the spectrophy, something like that. We can break down the light spectrum basically coming through that little gap of the atmosphere around the edge of those planets, and we can go, right, this was being blocked, this wasn't being blocked, and that means it was probably it's got these gases in the atmosphere. So I think we could probably do the same with orbs. There's going to be something to that as well. If only I had I've got the glasses for it, but I haven't got the kit. Be on the shopping list there. It was big at 2024 and 2025 sightings that asked. There does seem to be a correlation. Well, hopefully then there this year, 2026 there. And you do have the orbs. Only the other day, Rachel, you had that fantastic picture that was going around there. User98, how are you doing? There, good to see you. I keep seeing Kate pop up, but disappear. Kate's having trouble tonight. Yes, I am wearing glasses. Yes. I only just had a shower, so I had to take my contact lenses out. So back to the glasses. There, you didn't even notice. Looks like it. Yeah. Stuff with the hair. Yeah, that's where we were going with it now. Yeah. I just need a really thick moustache, which I do want. There, just got to really embrace the look, I think, just to make it look even more nerdy. This isn't the first time I've had the glasses on. I think it's only the second time I've had the glasses on. Couldn't type for laughing. It's all right. This is why I wear contacts. But I can't see the comments without them tonight. Ah, Kate, I'm here, having sausage finger difficulties there. I read that very wrong. How are you, Kate, other than your sausage finger difficulties? And I think the UFO come out of specific areas of the moon would make sense. The moon is very, very weird. We were debating this last night, actually. Do we feel that it's more like a surface moon base? Because there are those rumours, aren't there, of structures being imaged on the dark side of the moon there. Or is the moon itself the base? Because it's so anomalous as a moon, as an object. Like, everything about it is weird. It's not a standard moon by any definition. Planets of our size tend to have what kind of look like captured meteors rather than these planetoid moons. The ratio, the mass, how big the moon is compared to our planet here is way off as well. It tends to be much, much smaller. How close it is, everything about it is weird. How dense it is, or isn't, we should say. The fact that it's soft on the outside, hard on the inside, is the reverse of normal planets. The moon is a weird object in of itself. So could that be the base? Yeah, and we still don't know or what they are or what they could be, but I don't feel that like they could be ghosts either. I've got a gut feeling that there's kind of going to be a connection. Not to say that, you know, one is exclusively the other, but there's going to be a lot of overlap, or the rules in which that govern them. So if we find out that you know, the UFOs are they've got this extra dimensional capacity, and that's why we see the weird things, why we haven't been able to get to the bottom of it for a long time. There, I think that's going to be probably part of the rules then that governs more of the spooky side of there. And also tunnels inside the moon. Well, the moon, again, is weird, but it's not very dense. It's meant to be made of the same stuff of Earth. In fact, the current theory is that the moon was formed when the early proto-Earth was smacked by another planet as it was forming there, another planet the size of Mars. They called it Theia. They think both planets collided, and then the resulting molten globule kind of just reformed into the current Earth and the moon. So I think it's made of the same stuff, but it's only about 23% as dense as the Earth there, and they noticed during the Apollo missions that it rings like a bell there. So when you land on it, it just vibrates, which it shouldn't do with its, you know, if it was more dense. So they do think that maybe it's got a sort of a honeycomb structure. So there's something that's got to account for that difference in density. And they have faces in them too. I only heard about this recently, actually, Rachel. Literally a month or two, I saw the first one account of that. Was it a Chris Bledsoe one talking about an image there? Again, very, very interesting there. And Kate coming in with the shares. Thank you for all the shares, guys. And likes are tapping away. Where are we on the old tubes? Raffy's jelly definitely is there. Ron Jeremy. Well, he was good at something, at least, you know. Successful in some way there. And change the subject with an adult star on the Starship Alan. It's when you discover the VHS collection of movies I was in then, with these glasses. First, funnily enough, right, guys, over on the tubes, right, put these glasses on last week. Got none of this. None of this. No, it's all wonderful support over on the TikTok. Put it on for you guys on the tubes. Nothing but ridicule. Nothing but ridicule there. Cyberbullying. Oh, Raph is as well, yeah. Oh, so I tried to say that. Oh, I didn't see that come up there. You could drop us a message. I'd love to see that one there. I'm not sure if it comes through in the chat, though. That's what they all say. They sound to the stream, yeah. It's condom reports. It all just fits in too perfectly for you guys there. He's ignoring the chat here. I think I will from now on. Alan, you have to filter it. What's worse is it's the mods. We need a mod to mod the mods. Different minds. Oh yeah, I wouldn't have thought that the TikTok would have been the the more respectable minded there. And Carl, it's like the craters on the moon. Some face the Earth, and how do meteors hit the moon with the Earth in the way? 100% here now. We have the moon's tidally locked, so we have the same face facing us all of the time, and it looks very, very cratered. So you'd think, wouldn't you, that the side that's always exposed to the vastness of space, it doesn't have the Earth to protect it. That's going to have a lot more craters. If we're getting them this side and the Earth's in the way, there's got to be lots more in the back. But no, actually, the back side of the moon that faces out is much less cratered than the front. So what the hell is going on there? The tube never surprises you, Rachel. And you have to buy a stick-on tash to see if that works. Technically, I've got a bit of one. I'm just too lazy. I just forget. Otherwise, I keep threatening Leanne to show you. It's when you do the cowboy hat emoji. That's the gift when that comes up there. I always go, yeah, I want to make that cowboy hat work for a lad there. Think I'm going to rotate between my glasses just for fun. But, hey, yeah, just like that. Just like that, V. Thank you. I won't say the P word then. And they look like the tall greys, and just my personal thoughts on them. And I have Star Trek glasses there, mono glasses and the Top Gun glasses. What about Dame Edna? Have you got Dame Edna glasses as well? I never thought the concept's a good one. Oh, which one was that? And my weirdest glasses are some bright purple ones. I do like the ones now that have, like, you know, you can program them to say various messages. Stick on Tash and a black curly wig. Yeah, calm down, calm down. Designer professor glasses. I could see that was a look that's working there. Where are we? Back over to the abusive tubes. And because the TikTok side isn't grown and smelly, Bruce sees all recorded pipes coming up from the moon, saying the dust over the moon. So the outside is the inside. So yeah, that's something that I've heard. One of the theories is, you know, has it been hollowed out? And that is why we have the dusty, soft outer layers there, because, you know, it's been hollowed out. And the craters are odd as well there. So normally the bigger the crater, the deeper the crater is there. So the bigger the width, the deeper it is, you know, because obviously it's a larger, heavier object that's impacted it. So it expects the width as well as depth. But on the moon, it is not the case. They all tend to be roughly the same sort of depth then, regardless of the width. In fact, some are so wide and shallow that when you stand, because of the curvature of the moon, when you stand in the middle of the crater, you're actually at the same height as the crater rim. It's crazy. It's such a weird object there. And what are you trying to say about us? Respectable, sort of. You call Hogwash you out. Yeah. And up's in, how you doing there? Slingshot effect, like the gas giant captures Earth, catches through enough a swing back and hit the moon. Oh yeah, so that's what it's for the craters forming this side. Maybe, yeah, maybe there is something like that. It is the gravitational interaction that's kind of just pulling them all into the same spot. Good thinking. And the holes could be mines. Well, we've explored so little of it. We've mapped quite a lot of the moon's surface now, but not to that sort of resolution, have we, to really confirm what is going on. With the starship Ron Jeremy. Can we change the language? All I'm hearing is well, that's just on the YouTubes there we are. And you do have no, I don't know what to do. Satisfaction guaranteed. Exactly, Pluto. And where is this go? Oh, sideways pumpkin. This is already going sideways. It's kind of like the movie night chat. They always go wonky. At least normally then it's Alan that gets the abuse. It looks like they have long faces. Could be something distorting it with the sphere. Calm down. I want to do the impression then. I help myself out. My favourite glasses are Johnny Kudo. Make me look like Bruce Banner in the Hulk. I don't know those glasses there. I think you look way cool in your Bionic Man Steve Austin glass. Thank you, Agent X. That's what I was going for. I get some more square ones, like Joe 90. That's what I need. Are we? Come on, it's not scrolling now. New nickname says Eagle Eyes. This is why I never wore my glasses on the stream. I struggled for months. The abuse. And the moon got very beaten up all of those billions of years ago. Well, that is another good point. You know, did it happen? Has the tidal locking, been a semi-recent thing? Has it over a very long period of time, changed its face at all there? Fancy a Milky Bar now. Oh, you're joining in too, Carl. There, Brad's in. How are you doing? It's the best. It's lunacy there, up. And you wonder why I skip movie nights there. I mean, yeah. You missed a brilliant one, though, last movie night. I think it's probably the best one we've watched so far there. I need the Steve Austin close and glasses there. And good evening. Feeling a lot better. Just a cough now. Glad to hear it there, Brad. Everyone's jumping on the bandwagon, abusing my glasses tonight. You should see what it's like over on the tubes. It's savage there. Oh, and thank you for feeding Alan.
Nom nom nom, thanks, guys.
He's still not got over the lack of the getting rid of those other treats there. The extraterrestrial pets. You don't do the movie nights, it's against your Men in Black code of conduct there. Oh, you'd love it there, Agent X. It's savage. It is. Knocked me down a few pegs there. I was feeling far too big for my boots there. I come on stream to get adjusted. Fatal Attraction, Alan was emotionally damaged. Have you been showing Alan some, 18 plus films then, Mayor. B, well, thank you for the likes. Hello, good to see you. And how is everything in the freezing US at the minute, Dan? Thank you for the heart. I just remember glasses catch the tears whilst being probed. Splash guard. It's like the ones they put on the dentist to protect your eyes. So the laser probe. I think it's happened, lads. I started hearing voices. I need to get my tinfoil hat out. Every time I have a sausage finger attack, I scroll to Pete's live and back again. Oh, it's favouritism. I'm competing with Pete now there, Kate. Oh, it's the sausage fingers. Sam looks cool in glasses. You're just yes. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. 10 points. Looking very cool. Thank you, B, as well. And Carl as well. Pretend you're not all being sarcastic. And can we have a glass night where we all show up in glasses and undercover outfits? I've actually got Agent X. Oh, where have they gone? Oh, there they are. I've got my Agent X glasses here. So you won't actually be able to tell who I am. Just better look. We're in disguise. Oh my god, I really can't see anything. Oh. And it's me to change your profile pic. I recognise you. Let's have a click on that. Can I click on these here? I can. Oh, it's cute. It's only small, but it's cute. You heard the voices? Wonder where they were coming from. So it's not just me, V. Look, we're all connected. We'll all be in the asylum together. We're talking about the aliens. Damn it, I said the word. Some pumpkin glasses. I like that. It's cold, but everything is nuts, if that helps. Maybe it keeps it warm in a way. And looking at the image of the orbs again, I see a third face. Is that in the different orbs or multiple per orb there? Stop playing with your earphones, You look like activating ego. I was trying to hear where the voices were coming from if I totally lost it there. Not my fault, he's literally the next life down. Always in the queue there. Serious 70s vibes going on there. I mean, the 70s are coming back into fashion now. They're coming back in. I just need the massive tash. Is I think, if I'm going for it, I've got to go for it. You know. Incognito mode, exactly, V. I need the spa. Yeah, I do need the big hat with it. Yeah, and the newspaper with the eye holes cut out on it there. The flasher Mac and the trilby. Yeah. I'll return them though, Agent X, after I'm done. You thought it was Leanne? It could have been anyone. Actually, those glasses are so small. I wonder if they fit Alan. I mean, he's not got ears in the traditional sense. Does that work? He's just upset with me for trying. Ooh. There is a ghost in South. Yeah, that is rule number one. Yeah, you got mine on as well. I'm glad we're all solidarity. There, Carl. Already in the asylum. You guys aren't even real. I just come in this green room every night and talk to the wall. It's also padded. Just the same. Same image. That is cool. I'll have to have another look at that one, Rachel. We're all weird here, exactly. We just got to go for it. Yeah, exactly, Pumpkin. Every time that I'm going to grow my moustache out, and then I just go, oh crap, and I've shaved it off now. No pad, no 80s stash. I've got to go full in there, big. Just got to embrace this. Got to go down the rabbit hole. The rubber band, yeah. We can do a podcast night. Famous 80s outfits. Yes. Let the members guess who we are. I probably would forget half the time. And more Breaking Alan than Breaking Bad. Alan's going to have to resort to that, isn't he? No ghost allowed. Exactly, no ghost allowed. Oh my god, is that? Yeah, if that's what that voice is, we're starting to hear the voice. Moving again. He's minding his own business. He doesn't worry about the extraterrestrials there. Grow a beard. Mine's all patchy. And I just hate the feelings of beards. Every now and again I think, yeah, I'll grow a beard. And I give it like 3 weeks. And I go, I just look a mess. A mess. Anyway, back over to the tubes. I haven't totally forgotten you guys. Just missing the chewing gum stick in the middle. I only need £3 reading glasses and false lights for some reason. And we love your glasses, they're very Ron Jeremy. Thank you. Dentist protects your eyes and the laser probe. I've lost a beat here. I can't even remember how we get onto that now. It's something to do with having the glasses are good for probing, and then there was the comparison when the dentist gives you the glasses. It's gone sideways. I went to the optician yesterday, and guess who I bumped into? Everyone. Now that is Xena quality jokes. That is very good. The X class is there. Rainbow. You know, I don't know Rainbow. I mean, I know the kids' TV show, but I don't know the band. And saw an orb in summer. Straight up was like a metal balloon on an invisible slip line against the wind, hard, heading out to sea, and perhaps a half metre to a metre there. Looked dusty, rusty old metal. These are getting so common, aren't they, nowadays? And it's just crazy because... And it's not that I disbelieve, the reports that we're getting. Quite the contrary. I think it's just changing my understanding there, because coming from the original nuts and bolts UFO phenomena, little green men coming from other planets, it can't be too many. But the amount of reports that we're getting now, well, what is the explanation? I mean, there are some things like the Sphere Network do come to mind. What is the explanation for just having so many of these? Now, Tank is in. How are you doing there? C3 Atlas is way big. I literally just caught that one earlier today. Yeah, very, very large indeed. It's always going to be odd, but you know exactly where it's going to fall. The 3 Atlas is going to be, it's anomalous, but the mainstream will just be like, yeah, anomalous, but an anomalous comet, and we'll be like, but are you sure? And because it's gone now, we will never get to settle the debate there. Black Sabbath? Yeah, I know Black Sabbath. And Dio, yeah. Where are we? The goatee. I used to have a goatee. Okay, I used to have a goatee, and it wasn't as good as it sounded. It's actually quite bad looking back on it now. Go for the Miami Vice look. I'm feeling that one, Agent X. Yeah, the tubes is savage, but you're right. I'm running back to TikTok's kind, wholesome embrace from the abuse I've suffered over in the tubes, and continue to. Don't worry, we'll get over the glasses. It's just new. It's the shock. It was here last week. I didn't get anywhere near this amount of abuse. My new AI glasses translate language in real time. You hear foreigners talking about. That's crazy, isn't it? They can do that. I heard that was almost basically here now. Absolutely crazy. Brilliant and crazy, but yeah, it's going to make the barbershop experience a little bit more interesting, isn't it? And anyone joining this hour was not supported by Specsavers. Use my code Alan for 20% off. And I personally think most of what we are seeing is clouds. In clouds is weather manipulation. That's another angle to do it, isn't it? There, I mean, weather phenomena is still very much on the cards for a lot of these things here. Like what we understand about the weather, how those ecosystems work, it's more that we understand that they're complicated rather than actually how they work. We shouldn't be messing with the weather. We are nowhere near skilled enough for that. Rio as well, thank you for the roses. Sci-fi universal translators are actually possible. What a time to be alive. I remember being a kid in the 90s, and the most futuristic thing I could think of was a television on your wrist. And for the longest time, that there was that linear development of technology where that was 100 years out. They were never going to get that small, really, or to be that portable. And it just seems like we've blinked. And we've gone from that to the universal translator. You name it. It's just gone crazy, our technological development there. It looks directly up to me. The face I just found is directly under him, literally, under the woodpecker. Not the UFO. And you'd have to do the goatee and then dye it black. Now you complain about the colour of my hair as well now is on trial. Not just the glasses, not just my choice in facial fashion now. It's also that I'm mostly grey. Yeah, I'd look like Colonel Sanders if I tried doing that now, wouldn't I? Bloody grey goatee. We're talking about my 12 a secret blend of 12 herbs and spices or whatever it is, and way cool as a mad scientist from Back to the Future. Yes, I could do that. My Alan got sent back to Amazon. Oh no! And Laura, thank you for the share there. Got a knockoff Alan that looked like he was pieced together via the Temu trainees. Well, my Alan's a knockoff one. I think the originals are IKEA, but yeah, you came, didn't you? You came from AliExpress or somewhere, did you, Alan? And I think them over messaging with the weather and the solar flares collapsed. I think there's a lot going on with that. I'm still waiting for the hover cars. I mean, they keep trying that. That is one they haven't cracked, isn't it, Kate? We're getting lots of like single-person drones that kind of keep floating, but they've not quite nailed it yet. That is the one for the future there. Although old Musk, didn't he float something? And it was meant to be out at the end of this last year, so typically him being ahead of the game. But he mentioned it on Rogan, basically saying, you know, we're releasing something that it's going to be the future, like, you know, and he wouldn't deny hovercar, basically. But it hasn't come out yet, so we'll see where that one goes. Under the Woodpecker. As man's fashion. I think so. So you got the high quality one, that A-up. And my Alan looked like he had come from a planet dismembered there. He's probably spent time with A-ups, Alans there. They're savage. Is he going to blow it up again? God knows. God knows what that one's up to. Air tax for the hovercar. Yeah, the irony is we'll still be paying road tax for them. He was well proud of that tank-looking thing. He couldn't say, yeah, he was. You know, he's an interesting one. He's an interesting one. How are the members looking at Starship Enterprise? It's broken today, and I couldn't fix it in time. So I need to press some buttons to see if I can get that working again. Might have to do it manually there. And where are we on the old tubes? Wonder if it will hit Jupiter. See, this is going to be interesting. At the minute, isn't it? The mainstream are saying nah, but it's an odd object. I think it was somebody. Was it ARP was saying this the other day, that there's like a small chance that it could, you know, use Jupiter for a gravitational assist and ping back into the inner solar system. If it does anything like that, I'm fully in and on board with the extraterrestrial craft angle. I think for that one. Do the next dream in them glasses wearing a carrier bag? Nothing but. It was written then Venus came out of Jupiter's red spot, hit Mars and almost Earth before setting where it is. I was reading an interesting about planets being born like that from their host stars. It was like a counter model to the accretion model which you have now, which is that they form from all these loose material, and they eventually condense, and their mass causes more and more to condense in the early solar system. But yeah, that they actually might be born. I thought it was quite interesting. Dances to the YMCA. That's on the Patreon. The VR translation headsets are over 20 years old. It's Miltech, and they have been used to disperse information by operations in the Middle East. It radically profiles and guesses languages, but is it as fast and as accurate now? But I wouldn't be surprised. They had some very interesting stuff that we're hearing about now being used in the early 2000s. And why do bald men draw rabbits on their heads? Because from a distance they look like hairs. Very good. You've rated the Christmas cracker for jokes there. And up there. And the idea is Arabic will work, Russian will work, English, Spanish, so the headset barks out the language for you. That is pretty cool. He's an interesting character. That's where I go with him there. I'm not either side with it. In WWE, with them glasses, wearing a carrier bag, and his theme is interesting. Yes, I can go with Lovejoy theme tune as my entrance music there, Raf. I don't see anything wrong with that. Actually, imagine doing a George LaForge roll-out engineer. Maybe I'll get less stick for his glasses though, and Kirkpatrick is Q from Star Trek. Ah, now that is a connection there. Yes, just there to meddle there. You're doing very well there, Tets. Let's have a look. Okay, coming in with the likes there. Interesting little conflict. Alan has sacked us all. Oh, yeah. He's put you all in the airlock, V. Which member blew up the starship? It was Kate. Kate was the last one acting suspiciously around the engine room there. Blame the moon. The conflict. I mean, it was an interesting choice there. It has been another interesting interstellar object, Rachel. I think you're right. I still am mostly interested in Oumuamua. That was still weirder for me, but it's gonna from Atlas and Oumuamua are just gonna be put on the shelf of question mark, aren't they? Because we didn't take the opportunity that we could there. And Pluto, when are we coming to Scotland? Oh, God knows at this rate. We were hoping, weren't we, to like at some point do a road trip. We still really, really, really want to, but it's got lower down the priority where the stream has shrank, sadly. Can't afford to fund it, basically. But at some point, we are still wanting to do our road trip there. One of my faves there, the speed of that thing. Yeah, and the fact that the size profile of it there, that it was like probably pancake shaped, and yeah, the speed that it was basically stationary relative to the rest of the galaxy there, like maybe it's an interstellar marker or something there. And Agent X, thank you for the heart. Brad as well, they were meant to send a rocket to that rocket. I haven't heard anything since. Yeah, well, it takes them so long to do anything there. It's only players, isn't it, in the private agency that could probably pull their finger out and do anything quickly. Didn't cue Space 8. I mean, I don't think I've seen that episode, but maybe. It hasn't patented the visor. I mean, it's his next project. He's almost there, isn't he? Alan Chocolates. Alan can't have chocolate. He's like a dog. Don't watch Star Trek Academy. Tank. Literally, the trailer for that came on TV today, and the missus went, oh, nobody likes that one. Apparently it's really bad. So, we've got the confirmation there. One of Kate's kids is chewing on the engine room wires again. Kate, what's Raph saying about that? Wanted to claw your eyes out. Is that bad? Mud Fossil University thinks ammonia was a Titan's finger. What? I get the idea now there, Tank. I said, even if it's a bit more low-key, it'd be worth it. It is very... Oh, he slowed it down, is the idea, is the thing. Yeah, it's sad and it's frustrating, but, yeah. Basically, I'm relying on transport for it, and the person I was relying on transport for that kind of won't do it without high incentive, so until I can drive again, which I hope will be soon. So yeah, it's had to take a bit of a delay on the order of things, sadly. But I still want to do the goddamn live skywatch from Stonehenge, but it's been a bit of an interesting, because it's the first year of doing it. It's kind of interesting to see how the seasons plan out. How likely are we to get skywatches? You know, what time of year is best? Because obviously if we do some more distant ones on location and we plan it and book time off to go and do it, we've got no guarantees with the weathers and stuff, but it's still very much part of the plan. It's just probably going to be a bit slower trying to get everything done. And I think a lot of astronomers and scientists were baffled at it too with Oumuamua. They were, but then they were also still, like, again, it was a brilliant one, wasn't it, Oumuamua, because they kept, they called it a dark comet, you know, which was, well, the whole definition of a comet is that, you know, it outgasses, volatiles, which kind of gives it that sort of propulsion effect there. That is basically the definition of a comet, and this is there was no visible outgassing there, But yeah, that's what we call it, a dark comet. No, you're breaking your own rules there. Scientists were tripping over themselves to try and keep to, explanations of it there. And but a rocket won't catch up with it now there because of the speed. So I think they are hiding something. So this is the thing. There was a point where we possibly could caught up with it, I think. But yeah, it's difficult because you don't go in straight lines as well. This is the thing. So you have to do all the slingshots to build up your speed. So you kind of get yourself into orbit, point yourself, to one planet, and then you slingshot around that onto a bigger planet, and each time around you're increasing your speed. So you never go in the straight line. You have to kind of align it. At which point that it's not just is it gone too far. It's that is the alignment of the solar system now wrong, that you can't then do all the slingshotting to get the speed ups there and stuff. And Agent X, thank you for the other gifts there. So I can't get my head around the orbital mechanics, but that's how they did the Voyages, wasn't it? It's like the Grand Tour, they called it, which was the perfect alignment where they could, slingshot for all of the major planets in the solar system there, do a little flyby, have a look at each of them, but each time getting that gravitational assist and getting spun off there as well. Behave yourselves. Got my Joe 19. Oh, V coming in with the snacks there. I'm snackless tonight. Today, highly likely. What's that for, Kat? I've totally forgotten now. And it's not very thinking of your driver. Definitely hard to predict clear nights in Scotland. Yeah, so that I know. I was very frustrated, but frustration is the middle name of these things. But hey ho, we will get there. We'll just have to figure out a different path. I think is most of it. We will get there eventually, though. Yeah, I'll have to probably think about, because I think if we are doing like a road trip, we are going to be kind of fixed within a day or two. So we might end up getting to Rendlesham Forest on the way and realising we can't do the skywatch because of the weather. So maybe we'll have to think of B content that we can do if the weather isn't playing ball on those locations, so we can still do something there and see people when we're in the areas there. It's more like a dark pancake. I like that there. And I'm going to go calling it a night there. Since Rollo is tomorrow. Well, Rachel, thank you for joining us. Hope you feel a bit better again tomorrow. For thunder. Is it as heavy, though? I'll take care as well, Pumpkin. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're well. We'll see you later on in the week. Maybe at some point soon we will get some clear skies there. I'm snackless, V. It's a crime. There, Agent X coming in with the extra gifts, thank you. And Ben as well with the roses. And Lee as well. I mean, it is getting a bit late. We'll still be on for a little bit longer, but thank you, Lee. And hopefully you'll have a good night, and we'll see you later on in the week. Should we have a quickly check what the weather is? It still looking absolutely miserable for us this week? God damn it, load. Yes, today is miserable. Tomorrow night is cloudy, light rain and showers. So there is a chance that might not be as bad. Yeah, the rain might pass early for on Tuesday there. Oh my God, it's just miserable weather absolutely constantly. This is surprising. No, well, Alan says his regards too. My agent backpack looks like Alan's squandered it. Don't let him anywhere near it, Agent X. You've ordered one, and now that's it. It's all going to be downhill. All of your stuff is going to be everywhere. And Ben as well there. I'm late today. A busy week. And it's only Monday. Oh, I know, Ben. But hello. Yeah, it's going to be one of them, mates. I can just feel it there. Had to jump on the bandwagon, but up early, sadly. No worries, Pluto. Good to see you out there. Keep on and upwards, and hopefully we'll see you later on in the week there. Over on the tubes, let's catch up with you guys. Pumpkin as well, thank you for the gifts there. All goes back into the stream. And remember, guys, it is going to be the next deep dive this Friday, regardless of what my post says. It's this Friday at 11 p.m. Where are we? Trying to find where I am now. I missed a few of your messages there. Sorry. Unlike the older actors in the new Star Trek series, it's good to see them in it. Every now and then they make their cameos. Yes. So a Spock figure on top of his chair. And it got more views. Orville was better. I haven't seen that one. Walk Drive to Work, exactly, Mayor. And DS9 was so great. They had a character that just drank in the bar and never spoke. Literally, the missus was telling me about that character the other day. Literally, I actually, because I haven't seen many of the Star Treks, so I've seen the odd episode here or there. One of the students ate the actual what? So I think it's all Star Trek spin-off series there, man. You've gone nerdy, you bloody geeks. You're eating chocolate. Robot Chicken wrote better Star Trek. Well, Robot Chicken wrote better everything. There. The Kentucky meat shower. It was in the papers. What? I've not heard of that one. I have heard of weird things from the sky in general, but not that. It's very interesting there. And it rains fish from time to... Yeah, I've heard that one. Not seen them cooked. Exactly, yeah. I think that's to do, they think, with like water spouts actually kind of sucking, tornadoes sucking them up into the atmosphere and then they're getting sent down. Where are we over on the Tiki Tokis? There. Thank you for all the roses. Andre Notice and V as well. Thank you guys. Appreciate all that. Where are we? Phone's on charge, so behave yourselves. I think we're all just knackered racing late. Oh, yeah, it's a sneaky one. It's catching me out. I don't feel necessarily physically tired, but like my brain's running on about 5%. Getting everything wrong at the minute there. I'll catch you later, Pluto. I'll need to go as well out there. Nights of Insomnia, catching up with you. I feel that one. Hopefully I'll have a better night's sleep there. Oh, a goal achieved. Thank you, guys. And good evening, Andrea. And DJ as well. So, out with the old, in with the nude. In with the new. I've never heard of raining fish. It says, yeah, apparently it's like one of those things that come up in those mystery books about, medieval people, claiming that it rained fish, and maybe it happened in the 40s once in Switzerland or something. These weird anomalies. But yeah, they do think it's possibly, water spouts, like a reverse tornado. It just sucks up a water and could probably catch fish with it. That was one of the theories for it there. And we're all good. We're all good. We spent most of the evening insulting my glasses, Andrea. It's the YouTuber. Their smuttiness has got to me tonight, then, Kate. And evening time lapse as well there. Oh, and bedtime for Maya. Well, thank you for joining us as always, Maya. I will hopefully see you later on in the week. Have a good day tomorrow. And find the Kentucky Meat Shower on Google. I hadn't heard of that one. That's a brilliant one. Thank you, DJ. I've had all sorts of insults. Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, that's a new one. At least people liked him. Not liked him as in for his personality. There. The naked chat, yeah. God. I mean, the movie club chat's as bad as it is, V. Reminds me of the villains from a Bond movie. So we go bad. But Ben, it could well be. It's some of those reports where the old UFOs have been reported to be like depositing and spraying liquid metal and things. It kind of reminds me a lot of like that. Some of that metal's been analysed and it's very, very interesting. It's a bit too sciencey beyond me, but the gist of it is that not only is this metal, a different sort of, how do they call it, like isotopic ratios and stuff, therefore it's not from Earth but it is also like the type of metal that it is and whatever's happened to it looks like to be a byproduct of a very interesting type of reaction which is incredibly expensive and rarely done here on Earth. So it does seem to be like those UFO craft are shedding some sort of byproduct, some wastage. Wear a wig tomorrow. If I got a wig, I'll find something. I'm checking under your bath. Oh, yeah, under the floorboards there. Is that a new flower patch in the garden? No wonder. Obviously TikTok were actually so far advanced is that we hadn't committed any crimes then, but obviously it knew where we were going. to get new glasses, and he wanted the pilot ones, as he wants to play a pilot. I think you got to embrace it. You got to embrace it. I mean, I could either buy less vintage looking glasses, or I could just go full way, as we discussed earlier, and just get the moustache with it. You know, just embrace it. And I'm thinking of embracing it. Smartiness, you? Yes, Raph. There's massive water spouts in the big floods, and threw things into space there. On the amount of stuff that gets ejected up, and how that can affect things. Who was I watching the other day? And there's a brilliant theory about talking about maybe there'd been some of these massive plasma ejections that had physically struck the Earth over the years, and you know, some of the way that the mountains lay out sort of in Asia, it looked like an impact zone from from one of these sorts of things there. Just think of what was ejected up for an event like that. And the sort of metal they keep in bonded warehouses with armed guards these days. Well, this I can't remember what type it was there. It wasn't like one of the noticeable precious metals, but it was like, for us to make it as a human, we'd have to expend so much energy. It's possible, and we have done it, but it's not got a lot of industrial usage and things. So yeah, it was like, why would anybody fake that as well? Take it as someone who has my glasses all my life there. Don't worry about it. Own it. Just got to embrace it. Thank you there, time lapse. I'm normally contacts. But it's a very late shower today, so I had to take my contacts out. And I couldn't see the chat. And it's been nothing but abuse. Water off a duck's back. I'll cry after the stream. You know, I haven't even introduced what we've been doing on this stream for probably about an hour now, which is the live extraterrestrial radio signal hunt. So if anybody has just joined and gone, what the hell are we doing? We're listening out for potential extraterrestrial radio signals coming in from amongst the stars. That's what we're doing here, like the WOW signal, anything like that. Thank you, DJ. I'll take it. There. But, actually, one guy is sincerely in these glasses, actually, and I know they're questionable, but one guy, he was a doorman for a very trendy club, and in all seriousness, he stopped me in the street and asked me what they were and where I got them from. And I thought he was pulling my leg, but he was deadly serious. He wanted me to show him on the website. I was like, that's really weird. And what about during the day there? Do you check through the day for the signal? Good question, DJ. Not at the minute. We want to, and we're working on it, but I need to basically offload this software to a separate computer. And then I need to get that computer back in to this computer so we can look at it for the streams. And yeah, I need to get a little gadget, which I've been trying to get, and every time I order one, it gets sent back to whatever country it's coming from. So that is a pain. So until we get that, then we can't. But when that's there, then yeah, we should be able to do it during the day. It should be able to log. We should be able to log those signals, or when that's done. But it's still a while away for that one. There. You honestly do like the glasses. I think. Thank you, V. But do you like them as much as you like the Vast of Night? There. Is TikTok killing the views? I think so. We are very much in their doghouse. Or it's either that, or it's that nobody's watching streams in January. I'm not quite sure which. I haven't really checked else there. I talked about that part. Yeah, it's the same part there. He was just being nice. Question whether you paid them. Yeah. Very good, Andre. That's very good. Let me intercept and get it. There. Oh, no, it's all right, DJ. We'll get one at some point. I'm keeping my eye out. Because I then, once we've done that bit, I then need to make sure that this software works for that. So I can't make any guarantees. I have a prototype version of it. So... But we're not ready to show our working out just yet there. And Andre there. Sorry, not sorry. No need to be. That was good. There. I do need the flux capacitor. I still need that. Where are we? Let's have a look over on the tubes. No, I've done that one. I've never worn contacts too much fast to shove the plastic into your eyes there. Oh, time it. Well, I wore glasses for, must have been at least 10 years or something before I eventually got the contacts. And, oh my God, the world of difference they made. I was a weird one. I still am a weird one. But having glasses on gives me a really weird sense. I never got used to, like when you put somebody else's glasses on, it's all magnetized, you all feel a bit weird. Even though they're clear, I kind of never really got past that whir sensation, and I wore them for 10 years there. So it messed up my balance quite a lot. And it wasn't, one of the contributing factors why I couldn't drive. But yeah, it's only last couple of years I did contacts, and I forced myself to kind of get used to it. And oh my God, the difference it makes. I immediately got rid of that. But it means I can't, then when I go back to my glasses, my eyes aren't used to these. And from our perspective, it would take a zero-G manufacturing and billions to create the same, but in micrograms, and then a few pounds fall in a exactly unpopular. Up there. It is exactly that sort of thing. There are, theoretically it's possible, and I think some of this stuff was like reported and samples were taken in the 50s as well, so doing it back then, it was still like theoretically possible, but nobody was really doing it. So it does point to the direction again of this is very anomalous, and there's not just one case of it. There's actually quite a lot of that evidence. There is the big ball behind you. That's behind you that we had on our TV years ago. That is actually, yes, Ted, you're on the money there. It's one of those television test cards, but it's like a globe. But instead it's got that print on it there. It looked really good in the pictures, and I thought I'll get that, and it doesn't look as good in real life. But hey, I paid money for it, so it's going on the shelf. I taught the algorithm that I like weird, random and poorly viewed. It's worked out quite well. You meet similar, more intelligent groups that way, whilst the message watch well. Well, exactly, the massive stuff, it doesn't go very detailed. So in my day job, I'm a podcast producer, plus run sort of a podcast network there, and it's always really disheartening that if you want to put in a lot of work and you really want to deliver some sort of really detailed podcast with lots of information, you're only going to get a small section of the audience there. Like the more specified and detailed you go, the smaller the audience will be for it. The broad stuff, the wider, doesn't really give you anything, is always going to be the most popular. And it's very, very disheartening there. Never had the sensation. Yeah, I don't know if it's just got some other neurological things going on that made it worse, but I get that a lot. But it's like putting on the wrong prescriptions like that. It's clear, but it's just weird. I use a set for my art and a set for long distances there. So short side, I'm short side, so I can see short, but it's the distance stuff I can't as well there. Cartman Pro sort of stuff, I know. Yeah, exactly. It's all the high dopamine flashes, and yeah, it's very disappointing. If you want the numbers, then you got to go down on the quality. There are some exceptions, but mostly as a rule. Apparently they changed the algorithm out, and that's why lives aren't being pushed out. Ah, really? That would explain why it's been another dip. Because, we hit September, and we went like an average of 130 down to, I think we were down to like 50s, and then since September, then it's been steadily down. It kind of dropped off again in December or something. But that would make sense. All the best. Thank you, DJ. And I wonder if that is connected to what you said about being weary. I think so. I think there is once it was explained to me that a lot of overly visual processing is just tiring out your brain. So trying to get to the root cause of those things. You see the Knight Rider. I saw you sent me the Knight Rider stream. We'll have to do an Alan version there. Walking funny because you can't quite. Exactly. It's like that, but kind of it gets less, but it never actually goes. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah. Eyes, ears, and brains can all 100% there. There was a time when it was particularly bad, and this is how it's amazing how the brain works, the visual processing, because certain sorts of patterns would do it as well, and it was just like a code that would break your brain. So like if you could walk into certain types of lighted environments or supermarkets with those weird marble effect stone floors, that sort of repetition pattern, or the chessboard style black checkers, something like that, I walk into the room and like I'd immediately start dribbling. Like, the brain would shut down because visually it was trying to process that type of image, and I'll just go, ugh, and yeah, I just like couldn't think for myself. It's so weird. The brain is incredibly interesting. The Squeaky Booger, that is the Squeaky Boogers VV. And do you need a license to do what you're doing? I should ask. Well, depends which. No, we're listening only, so we don't need a license to listen. If we were to transmit, then yeah, we do need a license for that. That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah. It was quite an interesting one because it's like, I remember being at a train station and just staring up at the displays, trying to pick which train it was that I was trying to get. And I was looking at them going, I can see them, but I don't know what they mean. And it's weird having that consciousness still there, realising that something else wasn't going on. No matter what I looked at, it wasn't even like, when you read a book and then you go, oh, I've forgotten it, and you have to reread it. It wasn't even like that. It was just, I'm looking at the symbols, and I know the symbols, but I couldn't, it meant nothing. And I was there for about 10 minutes. Yeah, I definitely... The brains are weird. Brains are very, very weird. It's cool. And... I can see UFOs for miles. I wish I could. I did post on my channel a time-lapse sketch of a grey alien. Just to say... Oh, I'll try and remember to check that one out, time-lapse. Do like that. And I made a sketch of the manta ray you've witnessed. Again, that sounds very interesting. Right, you're done with the smuttiness there, Raf. I wonder when you're off, there'll be no smuttiness. Is there a correlation there? Thank you for joining us, Raf. Well, see you later. And isn't it great there, Tets, that we have this technology to help us, articulate these things now and trying to, express these things and understand them. It's like I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's more like just a cannot compute. It was like coming to the end of like the brain's ability to process and understand things. But it might be. It might be. What this signal is rather therapeutic. The noise is. If I ever shut up, it is quite nice and relaxing. There, Floofy, hello. Thank you for the heart. There. And thank you for the likes there as well. So yeah, aliens. Oh damn it, I said the word. You know what, I'm going to give up on that. We're going back to alien radio signal hunt. It's too hard. I've given up. It wasn't me. as Shaggy once sung. God, that was a tongue twist there. It wasn't me. Well, night, Raf. Have your midnight Freybentos and get a good rest, and we'll see you tomorrow. I like it. Oh no, if I turn the music down a bit as well. It's just very... Well, it is what it is. It's the cosmic microwave background. The sounds of the early universe. Very hypnotic. Some people absolutely hate it. It's like water torture for them. That's probably where half the views have gone there. Like white noise. Yeah, some people hate it. Free the ET word, Ben. Exactly. We're going back to aliens. Sod it, I've done it now. That last, a stream and a half? Useless. It has a weird pattern to it. Hold on, let's have another listen. I'm never good at picking this up. It's U and B, and I think AM sometimes can. It does sound how you'd expect space to sound. Ooh, anything big planned for this year? This is a big month in the Hindu calendar. Lots to do with the sun, the moon, and the stars. You know what? Yes. Yes. I'm hoping that things sort themselves out and we get a really good run of skywatches as the nights start to get in a bit later. And we can kind of get back on that wagon and I'll discover some energy again. But we've got a secret project that you guys will see at some point soon, which is nothing to do with this subject here, but I'm using you guys as guinea pigs for it as a live audience there. So you can look forward to or dread that one. But yeah, got a few little things here and there. How about you guys? What's 2026 looking like for you there? You like the noise there? It sounds like you... It does, doesn't it there? Tits. Normally it has like an ultrasound heartbeat sound, but it's different tonight. Well, this is that local stellar environment there, so anything could affect it. I think the sun has been kicking up some things today. I read something earlier there. Longer lulls and high spikes. Good ears. To me, it all kind of burns into one there. 28th of February, the planets align. Is that a good thing? Are we going to get a good visual if it's clear? Dharma 2, Netflix. Got to commit the crimes first there, Andrea. I posted the picture of it in, so it's not so secret now. But I think it's in the latest, latest live or whatever that category is on the Discord there. I couldn't post the little video clip there. Hercules is coming, obviously. Is he now? Is that a Disney reference? Once we had 13 months now, our orbit is a bit further out. They do think, isn't it, that we are going to get to 25. Is it in like 30,000 years or something? We're going to have 25-hour days. I'll help you if you want to drag a van full of radio equipment to Rendlesham. Up. I really, really do. Really, really do. I would love to. We do want to do a little tour of all the UFO hotspots. The problem is, though, like... my brain starts to think of what's the best way to do that, and then I get carried away. I go, we couldn't possibly do it until I've got all of the equipment to do it. No, just do with what you've got. And we lose gravity for 7 seconds when they align up there. Tex, I've heard something similar. It's about August time that they're talking about this losing gravity thing, collision of gravitational waves. I think it's very interesting, but my issue with it is that with gravity, we can't get any advanced warning from it because it moves at the speed of light. So we wouldn't know in advance, is my thing with that one. But I could very much be wrong. And when the longer nights draw out, I want to do more painting. I do sci-fi and surreal art there, and the cold weather means I don't want to do as much there. I get that, but I definitely have to check out some of those. Can I click on it now? No, I can't click on it from here, from the chat. That's a shame. That sounds awesome. But yeah, it feels like everything stops, doesn't it, in the winter? I can't believe, I look at the clock and go, it's 7, it's 8 o'clock at night in winter when it's dark, or it's getting late, or I've got to wind down, and then in the summer, go, it's 9 o'clock. Yeah, still plenty of time to do stuff. It's the light. It still just dictates, how it feels. Not that we sleep, though. You're moving, Andrea. Excellent. Anywhere? Are you moving closer to UFO country? You coming this way? Or are you going up north? So you can have movie nights with V and watch The Vast of Nights. We are up to a date there. Oh, wait, I didn't see that one. I just wanted to crowbar in that V reference again there. 50,000 likes, bloody hell. Well done, guys, thank you. It does help us reach more and more. Like-minded people there like yourselves. I'm useless at drawing there. No Vast of Night allowed in the house. That's your rule. I'm getting you a signed copy on... I don't think they do it on DVD, but I'm going to get them to release it on DVD. It's a really good film. Yeah, I mean, when it starts to get darker a bit later on and we can catch that earlier period again for our skywatches, we're going to see all that activity in the atmosphere there. I think it's going to be very, very interesting. It is. It's V's favourite film. Milk is the fastest thing because it's pasteurised before you see it. Pasteurised before you... That is good. I need to steal that one as a dad joke. That is very good. I appreciate that one. That was very, very good. We're at 11:30 tonight, guys, so it's going to come off at 11. Not 11, I was going to come off dead on 30:30 tonight. Oops. Oh well, right. As also with the early nights, we can come on earlier again and stay on for like 2 hours plus again. But yeah, guys, thank you very, very much for joining us. Once again, you're awesome as always. Do appreciate you meeting new people, hearing awesome things. Remember, it's going to be the deep dive this Friday over on the Patreon. Not on the Tuesday, on the Friday. And yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow night for something a UFO alien related there. But thank you guys. Yeah, thank you for likes, shares, comments, keeping us company, all of that stuff there. Gift sub as well. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow night there. Bye bye, guys.